Good morning once again. My name is Nurse Augusta. This morning I want us to look at something very important. Okay, right from my salad days, when I hear first aid box, what I used to come to my mind then was it should be a container that has items for dressing of minor cuts. But it is good for us to learn today that first aid box should contain items more than just things for one dressing. Okay, then you're a parent, you're a guardian, you have children under your care. Please pay attention. There are certain drugs that are very important that you should contain in your box. Yes. A baby can be sick or a child can fall sick. Then we might not notice it early. Then if you have a thermometer, maybe it will be like late in the night around 10 p.m. You don't realize that this baby is rubbing temperature. Sometimes it might be when you check them early hours around 1 a.m. that you find out that a particular child is running fever. So in that situation, what do you do? If you don't have these drugs in the house, so you just leave the baby to have fever throughout the night, the whole day, then before going to hospital. No. WHO approved it that there are some drugs you have under your custody at home in your first aid box. The another thing is that when you have a first aid box, you must not go and buy this particular box that is designed and named first aid box. No. In your own house, you can get something. You can get something that looks like a bag or something like a lunch box. But the most important thing is the contents of the box, how you maintain it and where you keep it. So I want us to look at the drugs that should be contained in the first aid box and then have a look at something what a first aid box looks like. Okay, like here, this is mine. This is the one I have. A friend gave this to me. So in the first aid box, there are lots of things that can be contained there. So I divided it into two because this my box is not so big. So looking at this is cotton wool. I use this for dressing of minor cuts. This is a surgical blade. You can get ordinary latex. Sorry, this is surgical gloves. Yes, you have to protect yourself while treating people. You have to be careful. So you can just buy ordinary latex gloves. So I have bandages. Yes, these things are bandages to stabilize maybe dislocation, even to arrest, like to stop bleeding. Yes, just open this one. These are bandages. Let's just open this and have a look at it. So you see it. So now this one, this is a bandage. So in case of a cut, you can now use this. You see, this is the place you place over the wound. Then you apply the bandage around. When you get to the point that you are done, you have gotten the length that you want, you use your scissors and cut. Then apply staple pins. So some people call it safety pins. So it depends on the one you have. So this is mine. These are staple pins. Use it to keep the dressing intact. So another thing I have here, you can have some solutions for cleaning the wound before applying the bandage. So one other thing I have here, these are instruments, although because I'm a nurse, so I have these instruments in my box. You must not have it. So these are the ones I use for dressing of minor cuts. And I want us to look at something else. This is another box I have. This looks more like a lunch box. Yes. So what are here? These are drugs that you can have in your house anytime, any day. Make sure that your box is equipped. Keep it away from the sight and reach of children. So what are the things right there? Firstly, this is Tylenol. In Nigeria, we normally use paracetamol. So So you must not have a packet like this. You can just buy one card and keep. This can go a long way to sell. You know, there's this popular proverb that says, a stitch in time saves nine. It's actually true. If you can give your child a paracetamol, at least once you notice that this baby, once you notice that the baby is running fever, just give the baby paracetamol. Then, early morning, you can now take the child to the hospital. There are some people that even recommend that if your baby is having fever, just give paracetamol within the first 24 hours. Then, if fever continues, see a physician. I advise that you give the first time. Then know that paracetamol doesn't cure any illness, but it's just to help to stabilize this child so that the baby will not convulse. I can remember when I was doing my youth service at FMC Owerri. Then I was working at Emergency Pediatric Unit, EPU. There was the day we had admission of a child. That big child should be around 6 years old. Yes, she was unconscious when they brought her in. So, but the baby was unconscious. The child remained unconscious for 2 weeks plus. It was after 2 weeks that she started regaining consciousness. What happened? According to the mother, she said that the baby was just playing from they started convulsing. Yes. Okay, I asked her if she didn't know that the child was sick. She said it was just a day fever. Then started convulsing. Can you imagine? A day fever. So possibly she didn't do anything. Or maybe she gave underdosed drug. But the fact that children, whenever they're having fever, you don't just joke around it or take it out, it's mere fever. It can cause damages. So, yes. So, what do you do? This is the essence of having this paracetamol. If you know that this baby is having fever, just give the baby PCM. The next hour or 2 hours, if there is still time during the day, you can go to the hospital to see a doctor. But if not, the next morning, still give paracetamol, then take the child to the hospital to see a medical practitioner. So what else do I have? This is Bicombion. So it's for the supplements to help to boost the immunity, boost blood. What else do I have here? This is loratadine. Yes. So this loratadine is antihistamine cases of allergy. Because sometimes you may start complaining that because you might start complaining of itches and all that. You give them it can be Piriton, it can be loratadine. Yes, you can use it to manage itching and hives. Just any allergic reaction, even catarrh, it can handle it. So this thing else is Silverbird. Yes, I got this. It's in my house. I normally use it to treat my children, to give them whenever they're having cold or runny nose. This is what I have. What else do I have here? Yes, thermometer. This is one of the contents of a first aid box. Yes, a thermometer. This is mercury glass thermometer. Because if you touch the baby's body, sometimes they might be having fever. If you touch their body, it might be warm or cold, but it might not be too hot. You will say, maybe the baby is not having fever. You may touch the forehead. You can't really say whether it's hot or not, or you might just say, whether the forehead is hot. But with this thermometer, you will be sure that this baby is either having fever or not. You make an objective judgment. Yes. Then, if you're getting a thermometer, please let someone like a nurse that knows it to teach you how to use it. You can get this manual one, mercury glass. You can buy the digital one. Yes. So I think that digital one is okay because you just read it easily. Then make sure you always change the battery so it doesn't give you a false result. So I'm done with these are the things I have in my first aid box. Yes. So it must not necessarily mean that I must get this particular box. No. This is more like a lunch box. You cannot buy a bag. But what is very important is the items you have there and how do you use it. Then if you run out of stock, maybe you just have only a card of paracetamol, I've given it the baby first time, second time, now the baby has gone to the hospital, the baby has been treated. So anytime before this one finishes, make sure you get another card to replace it. You get, so maintaining it is very important. You make sure you have stock because you wouldn't know when emergency will strike. Yes, you don't know. Then another thing you need to have in the box is ORS solutions. Yes, ORS solutions, oral rehydration salts. When the baby vomits or stools, you have to rehydrate this child before going to the hospital. Even on your way to the hospital, you keep giving them the ORS. I know maybe in one of my videos I will tell us how to prepare it at home so that even if you don't have the one you bought that is in a sachet, you can just do a homemade ORS using your sugar and salt with clean water. So another thing that should be in that your box is this: any drug that can stop diarrhea in children. Yes, you can just ask your doctor question, please, in case of diarrhea, because if my baby starts stooling maybe late in the evening, you may not be able to rush to the hospital that moment. What can you give this child to just stop that diarrhea? Paracetamol for fever. Then you look for something that will just at least lower this diarrhea before the baby goes to the hospital. Then the ORS. So as this baby is stooling, you'll be giving ORS to make sure that the lost fluid and electrolytes are being replaced. So make sure your first aid box is well equipped. It saves a lot. It will save you from unnecessary drama, pains, rushing to the hospital, not knowing the outcome of the whole thing. So make sure we have it and utilize it.